Hello everyone. Okay, it's almost my birthday. I'll just get into that in a little bit, but I wanted to speak about the full moon lunar eclipse that we just had on Wednesday. And I want to express that because I know the energies have been just so very powerful for people that I think it's worth explaining what you've been feeling and why you've been feeling it, and the energies that are coming from the cosmos down on you, and how, you know, we had Mars in Scorpio, and it'll be going back into Scorpio again. And what happened with Mars in Scorpio is that it created a lot of tension between people. Arguments and fighting and spats, and it's really based on deep-seated underlying pain that was never really brought to the surface and discussed, but it was covered up collectively with humanity. And so in each individual life, that has been the theme the last couple of months, was bringing up the dirt and talking about if you've hurt someone or they've hurt you, and also getting rid of people that no longer serve you, that have been abusive to you in some way, and they don't serve you, so you're kind of discarding them. You were forced by the energies to discard them. And then there are some that actually make it through the shedding. And those are people who, you know, who kind of won the test of time. They, even though you might have been in dispute with them and bringing up old pain with them, maybe family members, you still endured through that relationship. And so now we are in a time with the full moon in Libra. It's almost like the energies are asking us to now see the other side of the dynamic of whatever it is we were expressing when we were expressing our pain. Now look at the other side's perspective so that we now find a balance, because Libra is the sign of the zodiac that has the scales, and what it is doing is it looks for partnerships and peace and diplomacy and ways to bring the balance to a relationship. And so now with the full moon in Libra, that is the energy that I'm feeling, and many of you are feeling now, is that you're trying to find that peace. It's not easy. And it's not easy when you disagree with someone to see their side or see their perspective. But in the end, the hope is that somehow you might be able to integrate and find the balance of the truth. Because what happens is when we are in disagreement, we only tend to see our side of the perspective. And that gives us a limited ability to have wisdom in that area. But when we integrate it and look at other people's perspective on whatever arguments we've had or whatever, we now see the mirror image of that argument, and it gives us wisdom, because now we know the holistic full dynamic of that conversation. And so we've experienced the knowing by living through the eyes and the perspective of the other individual that we really care about and we're trying to bring peace together with. So the energy with the full moon in Libra is trying to get us to now incorporate how other people see things, how other people will see things, their experience, their pain, looking at them as well, and not just us, not being one-sided. And so to me, that's a sense of unification, and it also helps us in the age of I know, of getting into that area, because it's the age of Aquarius where everyone is important. Everyone's idea is important and tantamount to the holistic healing of humanity. And so now with this age of Aquarius and us incorporating the Libra perspective and balance of Aries, the other side of Libra, now we're able to know, because we know both sides of the issue. We know holistically the full dynamic of a situation, and so we become wise. We have wisdom. And that's what knowing is, because knowing is not just thinking or being told something, but knowing is gaining the scales of justice, of wisdom, through going through it, through experiencing it, through getting your hands dirty in the situation with pain and tears and fighting and spatting, and then looking at the other perspective. So this is the energy that we've experienced in the full moon of Libra, and a lot of you are probably going through it. So many of you are wondering why you're going through the heavy energy that you are. And if you've had a reading from me, a lot of it you can understand. as you go on throughout the days and the months and stuff, these energies can become triggered again by the planetary movements that are happening currently. And so some of the things that are happening in your life, even if you've had a reading by me, are changing, or the universe is trying to have you look at certain dynamics in order to help you continue onto your purpose. So I'm also incorporating with my readings the ability to help those who have had readings with me have maybe a coaching of astrology, helping you to see what is going on from maybe 6 months in your life that you're going through the pain, and talking about it, coaching you through what your chart says about it. And so if anyone's had that already, that is, you know, this coaching will be at a much lesser price than it is to have a full reading. And those are really for the people who have already gotten a reading from me. The benefit of that is that those who have not had a reading, you need it. This is knowing you. This is knowing what is going on in your life and going on in the lives of others. And with this full moon, it reminds us that it's not just about us and you. It is about your husband, your wife, your children. What energies affect them and trigger them? What makes them depressed and hurt and sad or happy? What are their talents? We all need to start discovering this, and when we all begin to vibrate on the perspective of having that balance of knowledge and wisdom through the holistic approach, then we all are going to be so productive in our lives. We will be able to masterfully manifest things into our lives. And so I hope some of you, when you watch the lunar phases of my video, that many of you have maybe been provoked in some way to, you know, give yourself a little meditation during the full moon lunar eclipse that we just had yesterday. Grab that energy, because that was a portal and an energy vortex to now bring it into your life. And the things that you might have done during the moon with your meditation and your just sitting in your space and writing down your intentions and what it is that you want to manifest during the new moon, this is a full moon in Libra that's bringing it about. So if you had turmoil in your life with people that you love, arguments and things like that, hopefully your desire was to bring peace to your household. And so this is what Libra is doing for us. It's bringing that peace, and we will feel with the lunar eclipse, you feel the energies for months ahead, because the universe is trying to direct you on a certain path to being holistic. And so this is what is going on now. And it is so tantamount that you all know it and you discover it. And I just want to thank all of the people that have trusted me with your reading. I get so much joy out of doing it. I lose a lot of energy, but it is so worth it when I see the results that come from it. I've had so many incredible testimonials, so many people that once they were able to have the energies that they've always experienced their whole lives, but were never able to define it. When I was able to help them access that energy and understand their purpose and why they're here, it changed their whole lives. In fact, so many people have now become productive with that knowledge of self, and they've taken and put in their energies into their gifts, into their purpose of what they came here to accomplish and to do. And a couple of people that I'd like to mention, there are many more, and hopefully in future videos I'll get to put their accomplishments down below. There's a sister that started a website and a business. Her name is Tara. I'm hoping to incorporate her link below. There's another sister named Queen Kamara. What a beautiful sister. Her reading helped her to actualize her purpose in this life, and so she's making moves to make things happen. Things are not easy once you have this knowledge, but you know what's going on. How can you not want to know what is happening? What are the possibilities, the obstacles, the triumphs that you have in your possession when you understand this knowledge about yourself? I have another sister that lives abroad in Europe, and she was so wonderful. Her reading, everybody, when I read their charts, I just felt love for them. I understood the steps that they took and the path that they walked. I walk in your shoes when I read your chart. and your soul cries out to me and tells me what it is and what it's gone through and past lives and what your purpose is and why it's crying, if it's crying, where your joy will come from. And so when I read charts, it's like everything comes to life. The energy just shouts out at me. And when I share that with the people, the elation that I feel in their voice, the tears, the crying, the actualizing of who they are becomes evident to themselves and to me, being able to share it with them. So another sister, her channel is actually called MAC, M-A-C-H-C 1234 Golf. The game golf. And so she started a YouTube channel as well based on her excitement and stuff, and now she knows where she can help humanity. And so I think you guys will really be encouraged by her video if you go to that, and the other people. And as I said, as I go on, many of you who have been helped by my readings, if you want me to share what you're doing with it without giving out your personal information and business, I keep that to myself. If you want to share anything, start a YouTube channel, write something, whatever, I'm here and I can help, you know, to bring light to. If you have an issue that is going to heal humanity, I love to share that with other people. So, with this full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, let's start incorporating the other side of the perspective. Let's start looking at ourselves and examining ourselves and try to see what areas in our lives we lack, where the polarity in us lacks, and the mirror image. And even if we hate the mirror image that we see of other people, what is it in them that we can learn to incorporate in our lives and in ourselves to enhance our own qualities? You see, I'm a Libra moon, and so I completely understand this energy. With my birthday coming up as an Aries sun, I have my Aries sun, and I'm supposed to live my Aries sun. But there have been many factors in my life that have inhibited my leadership, my power, my strength. Religiously, of course, was many of my reasons why I never actualized the strong Aries trait, but I always leaned on my gift, which was my Libra moon, which loves to have peace and diplomacy and speak for the underdog and look for ways where we can all harmonize our viewpoints. And so that's just my nature, to want that and to desire that. And so what's been happening to me lately, and I know that the full moon lunar eclipse is telling me this, is that I've had someone move into my home, a family member who's elderly, almost 90 years old. And this woman exemplifies a Libra. She doesn't fight for herself. She never has. She's always just done what was good for everyone else and never herself. And I never really understood that about her. I did in a way, but I never understood the lesson that she came into my life as a soul group to tell me. And by her living here with me, it just helps me to see that Libra, me exemplifying Libra, is not the fullness of what I should be. I should be stronger. I should fight for myself. I should put myself first above other people. I mean, my family life is beautiful, but when it comes to projecting my strengths outside of my home and family, I'm always the diplomat. I'm always the peacemaker. I'm always thinking about everyone else's feelings, which is good. But when you don't do for yourself, then you're imbalanced. And so that imbalance has been characteristic of my nature all of my life. And that is something that my chart shows me I must overcome, and I must go away from that area and strengthen myself and fight for myself in ways that, you know, religiously I never was able to. And so we can see why I wrote the book that I wrote, because the universe is like, it's time, Vera, you know? And so, you know, what this family member who's almost 90 years old is showing me is, you know, I see things that she does, and she doesn't put herself first or anything, and it makes me not like it. I don't like it. I love her to death, but it's like it's nauseating to me to see her passivity. And I don't want to be that anymore. And it's just amazing that it's beautiful that in her 90s she can come here and we can help her to live an enjoyable last number of years of her life. and she can incorporate her daily life with us and my family. But it happened for a reason at this time. And yesterday when I was writing down my full moon, lunar eclipse, and Libra lessons, it just came to me that she's my lesson. So what lessons are you being taught to understand? What polarities and opposites are you being told to now mesh together so that you can be a whole person? Well, if you want a reading, I will put my email below, and I would love to help you be on the way to actualizing yourself and being a real player in the game rather than a pawn in the game. Okay? Take care, guys, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful spring season. It's spring, and I'm returning to the degrees of my Aries, my solar return of when I was born. So I'm so excited about that. I feel the energy coming back to me, because when your birthday comes, as the months pass, you gain energy, and then towards the end of it, you start to fizzle out. So I've been very low energy and lethargic for the last like 2 months. And now I can feel, with my birthday coming up, my solar return, I can feel the energy returning to me. And in a couple of videos, I'll speak about how it's nice to do a meditation for your birthday, and how those are energy vortexes for you to take advantage of. Why aren't you? And why haven't they told you that you should be able to do it? Take care, guys. Bye.